Today we have an untraditional chat for us, but we feel it's important to share. We talked with the La Crosse County Crisis Program Supervisor, Sam Seefeld. We talk about mental health services, how to get help, mental health and COVID, and what is coming up for this department. You can talk to a mental health professional 24/7, 365 at 784-HELP. That's 784-4357. You can find more conversations, food reviews, live music, and events on our website, lacrosselocal.com. I'm Amy.
And I'm Brent.
And this is La Crosse Local.
My name's Sam Seefeld, and I was born in Baraboo, Wisconsin, which is just north of Madison. And what led me to this role is it's been quite the interesting process for me, at least. The real generic answer, I guess, is really it was one of the few classes in college where I enjoyed it. So that's kind of what took me down this initial pathway to mental health. But even before that, it was time spent overseas in the military, really seeing the differences of individuals and how people are able to cope with difficult situations or not cope with them. That really propelled me even further down this path.
Traditionally, well, I guess, this is kind of an untraditional chat, but, it's definitely interwoven with, we interview a lot of artists and musicians. Midwest Music Fest, for example, also has a lot of mental health components to it. As the program supervisor for the La Crosse County Crisis Department, or Integrated Support and Recovery Services is the name, correct?
Integrated Support Recovery Services houses the crisis program.
Okay. So can you explain that a little bit, like what it is, what services you provide?
Sure. Well, a real overarching piece for Integrated Support and Recovery Services is the behavioral health component here at Human Services. And that houses our crisis program, our outpatient clinic, and our comprehensive community services. So we're a really large component of human services here in La Crosse County. The crisis program in itself is a 365-day, 24/7 program. We have 2 people on staff at all times to take calls from anybody in the community. We work with anybody that is in the geographical location of La Crosse County itself, meaning if they are driving through and they have a mental health emergency, we are the ones that come out and try to help and assist in that situation. We work very closely with our healthcare partners in the community, law enforcement, schools, really anybody at any point in time. We go to people's homes, we go to the side of the road with law enforcement if needed.
I know it's a difficult conversation to have. I have family in mental health services as well. Maybe taking that first step, but it's eligible to anyone, correct?
Any single person is able to give us a call. There are, of course, some financial pieces to it all. That is something we can definitely work out with people and help them figure out. We generally try to bill insurance companies if we can. If we are unable to, we do work on a sliding scale fee that is extremely forgiving. That's set forth by the state, not something we even control.
COVID, the last 18 months, 2 years, whatever it's been, seems like forever. I'm sure the county has even more responded to more challenges related to mental health. What has been your adaptation over the last couple of years with that?
COVID has really significantly changed the way we've done some practice. Early on, we kind of did less in-person response. That has subsided, and we do everything that we can face-to-face. But the crisis program's been utilized in a variety of ways. For a brief period, La Crosse County was helping assist with COVID positive individuals that were homeless and helping in the hotels. That was really the crisis program, contributing man hours and staff to help facilitate some of that process. We've also seen increases in just our call volume has steadily increased over the last 2 years as well, too.
Kind of looking on media, La Crosse base, you're advertising a lot with this. People can call 24/7, 365 days of the year. Numbers call 784-HELP or 784-4357. I haven't noticed it before, but has this influx of advertising and things like that been directly associated with COVID or uptick in help or resources? Or
the advertising piece, it was an opportunity from a state grant that we were able to apply for and got awarded. And we thought, given everything that is going on in this world, making sure people know that there are resources in the community that can help people is a wonderful opportunity that we just couldn't pass up on.
So what are you excited for in the next year or two related to mental health, the county, or?
Absolutely. One of the wonderful things that we've just started in this last year is our co-response with law enforcement, where we have a crisis responder embedded with law enforcement riding around in the car with them in the evening hours. And that's been tremendously positive, where we've been able to connect people with the right resources at the right time. And we're also helping law enforcement to maybe refocus and relook at the interaction with the mental health population. We can divert from jails, or we can get services connected that were otherwise missing from people. And that's just something that's really looking forward to over the next year and see where that takes us. But that's been an incredibly positive last 6 months that we've started that. And it's just, I think it's going to continue to grow and be a wonderful partnership with the City of La Crosse Police.
If people want to find out more, where do they head to?
They can certainly give us a call. That's 784-HELP 4357. Otherwise, we do have a Human Services Facebook page that has some information regarding all the variety of services we offer. Those are probably the two best, or even just coming to the county building and asking about services.
So do you have any sort of, I guess, personal advice about someone who's been thinking about calling a number or thinking about getting help? I think an issue with mental health is always like that first step, or just that initial realization that, a lot of people, your family members, your friends probably have dealt with these issues one time or another. Is there anything words of encouragement that you have for people to kind of reach out?
That first step is always the hardest. We always talk about this is a non-judgmental, supportive, we're here to help. That first step is always the hardest. Once a person can do that, there's room for growth. We really focus on installation of hope, because when a person loses that hope for something moving forward, that's when things start spiraling down. Whether they want to take that first step, they need some help making that first step, call with somebody, make a call for somebody. There's always that hope out there.
La Crosse Local Podcast is a production of River Travel Media. Do you have an interview idea you'd like to share with us? Message us on Facebook at La Crosse Local. Find out more about us at lacrosselocal.com, and you can subscribe to the La Crosse Local Podcast on your favorite podcast app. If you like us, rate us 5 stars. We appreciate it.